Hi everyone. I'm here to do a quick video on body paragraphs in college level writing. Some of this may be review for you, but even if it is review, it's good to brush up on these concepts sometimes. Um, just going over general essay structure in academic writing in an academic context. Um, and generally, we think of essays as having three main parts. An introduction with a thesis statement. And you'll see a little compass icon there that sort of represents the fact that your thesis statement is offering like a real sense of direction for your paper. Um, and it's providing your main point that's going to give the rest of your paper, your essay focus. Okay. And then, at the end we have the conclusion, which is sort of the last piece to the puzzle there, right? But in the middle, we have body paragraphs, which support the thesis statement in different ways, in many various ways, right? And we have the watering can there, right, providing some nourishment to the thesis statement, really helping it grow and develop and become something that is well supported, right? And that's the role that the body paragraphs play in a general essay. So when we're thinking about body paragraphs, we think about how they support the thesis statement in different ways. They generally begin with a topic sentence, which I think of acting as sort of a mini thesis statement for that paragraph, right? You have your thesis statement in the introduction paragraph, which gives direction and gives a foundation for the entire essay. But then body paragraphs within that essay start with topic sentences, which act like little mini thesis statements for just that paragraph, right? And then the rest of the paragraph after the topic sentence gives additional detail, evidence, explanation, whatever support you need to really develop the point that you make in your topic sentence. So just to get a little more in-depth on topic sentences, right? I think of them as guideposts throughout your essay to help keep it organized and coherent, right? That are sort of guiding your reader through the argument you're making in your essay. To just make sure that like there's specific markers that keep the reader on track, right? And following your argument in a logical, organized way. They also serve as sort of a promise for each paragraph, right? When you have a topic sentence, what you're saying to the reader is that I'm going to discuss this topic and only this topic in this paragraph. And again, it helps keep you focused as you're writing, and it helps keep your reader focused as they're reading. And then typically I would say topic sentences are coming at the beginning of that body paragraph. So let's just take a simple outline, okay? Like a very sparse outline of a paper. So say the thesis for your paper is there are several ways a couple can keep a relationship strong, including communicating, being flexible, and empathizing, right? So this would be the main point of your essay that you're going to be trying to support and argue in favor of throughout the rest of the essay. Right, so that's your thesis, and that comes in your introduction paragraph at the very beginning of the essay. But then you have a series of 3 different topic sentences, which are sort of providing those guideposts along the way, which keep your argument flowing in a nice, logical, coherent way. The first topic sentence says, first, frequent and open communication is one of the most important elements of any strong relationship. And then you'll see the second topic sentence. Along with communication, flexibility is another critical aspect of successful relationships. And then finally, the third topic sentence. Finally, empathy plays a central role in relationships that are growing and thriving. And you can see that each of those topic sentences matches up with one of the elements of the thesis statement: communicating, being flexible, and empathizing. So in this case, the thesis is sort of forecasting what the topic sentences are going to be about. And it's good for your thesis to do this if it makes sense for your paper, but it doesn't always have to work like this. But in this case, it works out well. Okay, so that's the simple outline, right, of what this paper is basically going to look like and how it's going to be structured. And you can see the topic sentences, again, are relating right back to the thesis. Each one of them directly helps support and develop the thesis, and provides the structure for the argument that the paper is going to discuss. Okay. All right, so here's a sample body paragraph working with that second topic sentence, okay? In purple here, we have the topic sentence itself, which we just saw. Along with communication, flexibility is another critical aspect of successful relationships. So we have this topic sentence at the beginning of the paragraph, and the rest of the paragraph has to stay focused on this topic sentence and help prove and support and develop this topic sentence, which in turn is going back and proving the thesis statement, right? Okay, so the topic sentence is here in purple, and then we need to move on, right? So in blue, we have some sort of additional commentary on that topic sentence, right? Relationships in which partners are unable to compromise or adapt are difficult to maintain. After that, there's actually some evidence coming in here from an outside source. So it says Marshall University's Women's Center describes healthy relationships as ones in which, quote, your partner gives you the space to change, grow, make decisions, and make mistakes. There's a mutuality in that you want what is best for yourself and the other person without trying to force the other person to do things that he or she does not want to do, end quote. In other words, being flexible requires that partners are able to tolerate and even encourage each other's growth and evolution over the years. So what this section of the paragraph is doing is, again, bringing in an outside source. And the method I used here reflects a method in that's described in the Using Sources in College Level Writing video that's also on this channel. Okay, so it's introduced, the quote is actually provided, and then there's a little explanation afterwards, which kind of like analyzes and explains what the quote is actually saying and sort of connects it back to the topic sentence for this paragraph. And then after that, there's sort of some just ending commentary that's in the spirit of the quote, right, and maybe elaborates a little more on that. And again, is sort of connecting back to this topic sentence, right? So it is important to recognize that getting married does not lock in a person's character or personality. People continue to change in terms of mindset, worldview, and beliefs throughout adulthood. If both partners in a relationship can acknowledge this reality, they have a better chance of growing with their partner instead of growing apart. So here we have a full paragraph, right, that starts with a topic sentence, and then you'll see that everything else in the paragraph is just relating directly back to that topic sentence and helping prove it in a couple of different ways, through using a source, but also through just providing some of the writer's own commentary, which is guided by the source, right, and uses that as a means of legitimacy. But again, is going back and helping to prove and develop and support that initial topic sentence. So that is another mini lesson. I hope that it was helpful to you. And if you have any questions, make sure you ask your instructor. And you can also schedule an appointment at our virtual writing center at Henry Ford College.